welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tarani. Thanks for watching us today. On our program is Eric Vallone, who's the VP of Marketing at Actelis. Eric, hi, how are you?
Great, Rich. How you doing today?
Good. Why don't we start with giving the viewers an overview of your company?
Sure. At Actelis, we're the leader in delivering Ethernet over copper equipment globally. We have about 200 customers across 40 nations or so. The reason we're the leader is because carriers are really driving to deliver more broadband everywhere to all of their customers, be it business customers, be it residential customers, be it mobile carriers. The need for broadband, extremely high-speed broadband, is really driving it. However, carriers realize that they can't necessarily afford to roll fiber to every base station, to every business, or to every DSLAM. And so, we're helping them do so by, providing the most innovative and the highest bandwidth to the greatest coverage area with our Ethernet over copper solutions.
So basically allowing them theoretically, most copper will be torn out in another 50 years. Right? I just want to be safe.
Excellent point. Maybe 50 or 100. My theory is, hey, you know what? If you can bring fiber everywhere, bring it to my house. No one's bringing it to my house anytime soon. So yeah, I think we've got a long time to go before the copper's all torn out.
Well, and also we now have Moore's law, which theoretically is going to increase the capacity of copper to compete theoretically with optical for a long time.
Absolutely. If you go historically, T1s deliver about 768K per pair, pretty minuscule bandwidth. E1s, similar 1 meg per pair. We are doing orders of magnitude more bandwidth per pair at similar distances.
Like please share with us.
Sure, on a symmetrical, we're going to do about 15 meg per pair symmetrical.
Wow.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to bond that together. And we're going to, basically combine those to deliver over 100 meg per pair to a particular location over existing copper pair. But it's not only about the bandwidth, because carriers really, they want to offer the bandwidth, but large carriers and medium carriers, they need to be able to reach their customers. So they need ubiquitous coverage. They need to be able to do this in a sort of cookie cutter type way. And so what that means is they need to be able to reach. They need the coverage area. And so it's about delivering the high speeds to all reaches. And especially when you think about it, the major cities, for the most part, are getting their fair share of fiber. It's the rurals, or
Sure.
it's the the suburban areas that
Sure.
are really not getting the fiber. And so those at the greatest distances, and that's where we really need the coverage, the copper coverage, and therefore where we need the reach to hit it.
And it's there already.
It's there. It's in the ground. No one's ripping it out anytime soon. Every base station out there, or virtually every mobile base station out there, has copper. 2 pairs, actually dozens of pairs of copper for the T1s and E1s that were originally serving them, giving them that 768 1 meg per pair. So the copper's already in the ground.
So especially in the backhaul market, you guys are a godsend, I would imagine.
Huge, especially
Right.
when you think about it. The alternative at 150,000 to 250,000 per mile to roll fiber.
Sure.
In the 6 months it takes before you can actually get it done. So the cost and the time versus leveraging what you already have in the ground, the carriers are loving it.
Or you've got wireless broadband too as another potential option. I would think that would be competitive or complementary depending on how you
So
look at
wireless broadband as in terms of being able to
Backhaul.
deliver backhaul, yeah. So wireless broadband is definitely a backhaul, from a backhaul perspective, is a competitive technology, but there's cost, there's complexities, there's reliability
Sure,
associated
sure.
with that.
Of course.
Guaranteed reliability is what we're offering, 5, 6 nines capability.
Wow.
So, and especially when you think about it, macro, the large, big base stations are, looking for alternatives, but the picocells is huge. It's the newest trend that we're seeing out there.
Sure.
And, putting base stations, little small base stations in business parks and wherever, the need to be able to deliver broadband, high speeds to each one of those
massive
picocells.
opportunity.
Yeah, orders of
Massive.
magnitude
I'm just thinking
more.
about
Yeah.
that, just because the copper's there. It's there. You don't need to roll anything. You just tap into it. You just plug something in, right? Plug one of your boxes, and plug the picocell, and right, and then
you
call
got
it
it.
a day, and you
Call
go
it a day.
You go on break.
We're ready to do it today
Right.
versus waiting 6 months.
All right, so
Yeah.
that's a very compelling offering, and it sounds like an opportunity that's ripe for the foreseeable future, as long as people still want to use wireless devices, right?
Wireless devices, broadband to the home, high-speed services to the business, you name it.
Right, so you really got a bunch of different segments.
We've got a bunch of different segments that are serving it because the demand is there. The applications are driving those different segments. You just think about it from the office perspective, the need for telepresence, the need for cloud computing, all of these different applications as we move into it, we need more bandwidth. T1s just don't cut it. T1s, if I can be bold enough to say, and E1s are dead. You know, we need to be able to deliver more bandwidth, and we've got the technology to do it.
And we know the 3D telepresence is around the corner.
Right around the corner. There you go.
So you recently had some news about some interoperability, right? It's standards compliance testing with Telcordia?
Sure,
Is that
absolutely.
accurate?
Absolutely. And what that's all about is, you know, we've got the best rate, reach, and reliability.
I should just frame this. It's the ANSI T1.417?
ANSI T1.417 compliance. It's a North American standard, but there are standards like it all across the world that are all about spectral compatibility. For copper-based services, there's acknowledgement that crosstalk from a service can impact neighboring copper pairs or neighboring services. So as an example, in the T1 North American or worldwide T1 E1 business, in the E1 market, what they've done is they've invented HDSL4. And HDSL4 was invented to make sure that we don't impact the neighboring ADSL and VDSL services with those T1s. And the way they did that, and common thinking in the industry was and still is, limit the bandwidth. Keep the bandwidth at 768K or 1 meg per pair to ensure that we don't impact those residential ADSL services. And so they invented these standards called T1.417 in North America, similar ones throughout the world, to basically say anything you put in a binder needs to adhere to this to ensure compliance and that we don't impact those neighboring services. So our competitors, so we've introduced the concept of an EFM repeater. We have the only widely deployed EFM repeater out there in the market. What that enables us to do is reach all customers, reach as many customers that used to be able to be reached with a T1 and E1. We can now do that with high-speed Ethernet services. But our competitors and our customers were saying, hey, can you do that? Really, can you go off and put a high-speed repeater in there at your speeds that you're doing without impacting ADSL? Because common thinking is because of crosstalk and interference, you can't go above 768K per pair. Well, at Actelis, we say to common thinking, we can look for ways to actually solve the problems with technology. That's what our engineers are focused on. And what they did was they found a way to still be completely T1.417 compliant, still have no impact to those ADSL and VDSL services that are out there in the bundle, yet still be able to deliver broadband services. Our competitors said, oh, no, they're not doing it. I don't believe it. So what we did was we went to the industry authority on T1.417, Ken Krepez, as is stated in that press release. He was one of the primary authors of the standard in North America. He works for Telcordia. We went to them. We handed them our system. We said, it's all yours. Go off and test it. Tell us if it's T1.417 compliant. He put it through about 500,000 test cases and ran through it, everything that's defined in the standard, and said, bang on, we are compliant, we are certified, we can go in a network, a network with neighboring ADSL services without any impact. Whether it be with our repeaters or without our repeaters, we're able to do so. What that means to a carrier is really the critical thing, is it means that they can deploy broadband services to every business, every base station, every DSLAM that's out there without concern for impacting those neighboring ADSL and VDSL services. So they can be rest assured using Actelis equipment is compliant, is spectrally compatible. Go have at it. Have a great day.
Now that technology could be applied to so many other problems. I mean, if you think about it, right? I mean, crosstalk's a major problem.
Absolutely.
In design and engineering. So, any plans of using that technology elsewhere, or is it too early to talk about that?
No, actually, in fact, we've used that technology recently. We in Release 7, so back in April this year, we launched our dynamic rate boost technology. What it does is it looks at the signals on the line, and it finds a way to manage those signals to minimize crosstalk and to actually more than double the rate and or the reach that we're able to achieve compared to our competitors. So we've leapfrogged the competition to be able to offer even greater bandwidth than we were able to offer before, and then what our competitors can do today. And so again, more bandwidth to more customers. So we're using that today in today's technology, and believe me, those technologists are hard at work right now working on what they can do with it tomorrow to be able to, again, leapfrog what's out there and offer better services to our customers.
Well, with that, I'm looking forward to seeing you here tomorrow or the day after tomorrow so you can tell us what happened.
Look forward to it, Rich.
Yeah,
I
good
really
luck.
appreciate it. Thank you very
Thanks.
much.